In this video, I'm going to show you guys 10 of the best shortcuts and strats in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. However, this collection of shortcuts is a little bit different. There are a lot of really cool shortcuts that are very clearly out there, such as the Mushroom Gorge Gap Jump or the Hyrule Circuit Ending shortcut. But behind all of those are some really cool and very worthwhile hidden shortcuts and strats. So with that said, without further ado, let's start giving her, bud. Starting off the show, we got the ideal Bullet Bill extension on Rainbow Road. Now, you might think that the best time to use your Bullet Bill is directly after landing from the path switch shortcut. And while in itself it's still a very good Bullet Bill strat, you're not taking full advantage of the extension area. As you can see, after you pass the final turn, aka the extension area, your Bullet Bill still lasts for quite a long time. To actually take advantage of the extension area would be for your Bullet Bill to drop you off right after, aka right after the last turn. After landing from the cannon glider, if you use your Bullet Bill shortly after the first turn, while you will miss the shortcut, your Bullet Bill will last as long as it's supposed to, and by the time it should drop you off, you'll be on the final turn, aka the extension area. And so instead of it dropping you at the turn, it'll drop you after the turn, thus making the most out of your Bullet Bill. Next up is on Bone Dry Dunes. You might think this is the last item set, and so you may feel inclined to get one more item from that set in particular. But if you were to use, say, a star like I did here, as you can see, you cannot make it through the shortcut with just the star. However, you can do this instead. Stick to the right before going off the glider, briefly keep your stick in neutral position, then aim to the left as you take the top path. On the top path is the actual last item set, and if you have a star, you can chain your star this set, take the ending shortcut, and if you don't need another item, you can take the beginning shortcut as well. Overall, I would say this is the best star strat in the game, and if you're not already taking advantage of this, you definitely should. Following that, we got Koopa Cape. In the water stream section, it's reasonable to assume that the fastest path here is tricking off the ramp, then drifting around the turn. I mean, tricking gives you a pretty good boost in this game, so it only makes sense, right? Well, if you're not taking the shortcut, it's actually faster to drift around the ramp and align yourself to release a super mini turbo over this tiny patch of grass. While this mini shortcut doesn't save that much time, it is very easy once you try it once or twice. Moving on, we got a really cool strat at the beginning of Hyrule Circuit. You might think my driving is flawless here, but what you might not know is I actually missed out on a really cool and fast strat. After the third turn, release your super mini turbo immediately into a right drift. Charge up a mini turbo and aim for the left ramp. Then, upon charging up a mini turbo, simultaneously release your mini turbo and trick off the ramp, then begin a right drift the moment you land. While starting this drift a little later, because of the new meta, you'll still be able to charge up an ultra mini turbo to release after the following turn. This is one of my favorite new strats to come out of the Wave 4 balance patch. Following that, we have a must perform on N64 Rainbow Road. At the very beginning, you might think that all you need to do is drive straight, go off the boost panels, and trick off the glider ramp. But this is not the fastest method in any capacity. Believe it or not, after going off the first boost panel, you actually want to activate smart steering. Now, don't forget, in an online setting, the game does not stop if you pause. The button combination is +L+, and you want to perform it as fast as possible. Anyways, once smart steering is on, check to see where the first boost panel is. If it's on the left, after going over the first boost panel, begin a left drift as you aim for the right boost panel. Keep that drift going and aim for the middle boost panel, then aim towards the edge of the track while charging up a super mini turbo. Smart steering will not only save you from falling off, but it'll let you charge up a super mini turbo to release off the glider, and even give you an insane glider angle that saves a lot of time. You should turn off smart steering just before going through the second boost ring with the same +L+ button command. This is very easy and saves a lot of time, so it's definitely worth going for every single race. Next up, we have one of, if not the most unique Bullet Bill strat in the game. Everyone knows if you use your Bullet Bill in a cannon glider, you'll travel at the same speed as if you weren't in a Bullet Bill, essentially rendering the Bullet Bill to be useless. However, you can actually take advantage of this and make a really cool and fast Bullet Bill strat. After the big turn before the cannon glider, begin a right drift and aim towards the right side of the cannon. Drift off the glider ramp, and right after bumping into the right side of the cannon, activate your Bullet Bill. It may not seem that special at first, but instead of slowing down then speeding up at the end of the cannon glider, you'll get a huge launch forward, and this alone makes this Bullet Bill strat so worth it. Following that, we have the Wii Rainbow Road fast half pipe strat. The normal half pipe strat looks something like this. Pretty standard stuff, but you can actually cut inside the half pipe ramp while still going off the track as if you're going off the half pipe. However, if you don't know how to pull it off, you probably won't get the boost afterwards. Let me show you how to fix that. Upon drifting into the half pipe strat, aim towards the bottom edge of the half pipe, then just before going off the track, let go of your A button so you don't release a mini turbo, then briefly tilt your stick to the left while in the air. This should give you enough airtime after going off the half pipe to get the proper half pipe boost upon landing. This half pipe strat will definitely require some practice if you haven't tried this method already, but regardless, it's really cool and feels really nice to pull it off every single time. Next up is on Piranha Plant Cove. Now, this isn't exactly a hidden shortcut, but to be honest, I still don't see a lot of people even attempting it online. Of course, I'm talking about the Ultra shortcut. No matter whether you knew the shortcut or not, this shortcut saves way too much time for it to ever go unnoticed. You want to aim to land as early as possible and a little to the right. Then perform a left slide into a right drift. Use your mushroom right after landing from the hop. Charge up a mini turbo. Then at the edge of the ramp, hold right on your stick while simultaneously releasing your mini turbo and tricking off the ramp. Begin a right drift the moment you land on the platform, then hold mostly back but a little to the left. This part requires a little bit of touch, but the safest bet is that once your character is in line with the red coral, release a super mini turbo, then hold back into the right. You should be able to clear the invisible wall and the turn at large. Here's the shortcut in full, in real time, one more time. There's a lot that goes into it, but if you can perfect this online, it is a very easy way to get a breakaway very quickly. In my eyes, this is a must-know for online play. Our second to last hidden shortcut is on DK Summits. Everyone knows about the double shortcut. It's one of the most iconic shortcuts in Mario Kart history, but most people think that the fastest method is pulling it off shroomless. Well, if you have 2 mushrooms, you can actually pull off a really cool version of the shortcut. Begin a right drift after the snow bump section. Use your first mushroom a little before going off the edge of the track. Then at the edge of the track, simultaneously release a super mini turbo into a left hop. Then after clearing the first shortcut, use the +L+ command to turn on smart steering. Upon landing back on the track, use your second mushroom with the help of smart steering to level out. Just like that, you pulled off this beauty shortcut. While you do need 2 mushrooms for the shortcut, it is much faster and much safer than the shroomless double shortcut. So you should definitely be pulling this off online. And finally, we have the Dolphin Shoals glider shortcut. I've given this shortcut a lot of praise over the years, especially the motion glider version. And while it's not exactly hard, it is definitely not as easy nor consistent as the awesome method I'm about to show you. As you approach this ramp, aim to the left of the glider ramp. After tricking, perform the +L+ button command to turn on smart steering. Begin a right drift as you land and charge up a mini turbo. Let your glider release your mini turbo for you. Hold both back and left. Then after your mini turbo boost, use at least 1 mushroom. And that's all you need to pull this shortcut off. As you can see, it's pretty awesome. This is by far not only the easiest method of the shortcut, but also the fastest and most reliable. All you need is 1 mushroom, and you can pull off this absolute beauty of a shortcut. This is honestly my favorite shortcut in this game, and it deserves way more praise because relative to how technical it looks and how much time it saves, this shortcut is way too easy, and it looks awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you'd leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments which of these is your favorite and if I missed anything. When it comes to shortcuts and strats, there are so many hidden gems in this game, and the 10 shortcuts and strats I broke down today deserve so much more praise. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you're looking forward to the next video. With that said, until next time, thank you all so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and keep on giving her, bud.